Well, the short answer is Congress was able to pass the tax legislation just before the holidays, but that wasn't enough time for the IRS to open up on time. So the tax season started 6 days later. That shifted some revenue out of our second quarter into our fiscal third quarter. But we're out of the gate strong. Right now, the IRS has received about 1% fewer returns than last year at this point in time. We're actually up 2%, so we're gaining a little bit of share, and we're feeling good about the year.
So more of a timing issue, you think, that this gets made up for in Q3?
It is. In fact, we reaffirmed our full-year guidance. We really have strong momentum in our tax business. We grew 12% revenue in the second quarter. We reaffirmed our guidance for the full year, and once again, as I said, it looks like we're picking up a little bit of share season to date.
But you said before, when you lowered your fiscal second quarter guidance a couple of weeks ago, Brad, that you thought this would be made up in the third quarter, and yet you're lowering your outlook for the third quarter. So what specifically is going on? I mean, you got a deadline for tax season, so this is going to happen in the next quarter.
That's true, and right now we are out of the gate strong, and we reaffirmed the full-year guidance. And so right now the real question is, given the early strength, will we raise guidance at this point? And I can tell you, being in tax seasons for quite a few years, there's a lot of game left to be played. So we're certainly out of the gate strong, but we want to make sure that we remain prudent and focus on execution. And if we feel as good about the tax season on April 17th as we do right now, then we'll talk about the full-year guidance.
So remaining prudent means lowering your third quarter guidance and basically saying to investors, trust us, the next two quarters, the final two quarters of the year will be good. We'll make up for it. Or we'll beat the third quarter guidance that we're giving that's lowered.
Yeah, well, for me, remaining prudent is we've done about 50% of the return season to date. We still have about 70% of the revenue to be done. And once we can see a really good momentum continuing into March, then we'll feel better about how the tax season is going to finish up.
Brad, what are your expectations as far as the percentage of filers who are going to identify themselves as self-employed? And what impact does that have on overall margin mix?
Self-employed is really a strong area of growth in the economy right now. It's about 34% of the U.S. workforce. They predict it'll be as high as 43% by the year 2020. It's our fastest growing product line right now. We had 490,000 customers who signed up for our self-employed product this quarter. That's up from 180,000 1 year ago. And the real opportunity is many of them file with TurboTax. We have over 4 million customers who are self-employed that have to file a Schedule C. Many of them don't realize they have to file that tax return. So we have an integrated bundle this year that we think is really going to accelerate that growth even faster as we head towards April 17th.
And specific to the year ahead and the changes, of course, in the tax code that took place last year but will be effective for this year, how much investment do you have to make in your business to change the software, to adjust for that? And I'm also curious as to what kind of cooperation you get from the IRS, given many people are saying that they're undermanned at this point to deal with so many of the questions that'll be coming their way.
Yes, we have a very strong working relationship with the IRS, more than 3 decades long. The entire industry works closely together with the IRS, and we collectively put our R&D so that we can pull together and make sure that the tax season goes smoothly for the tax citizens. In terms of our investments, we have a very rigorous investment in R&D, and yet our margins are strong. Our tax business has margins in the 65% range, and we're able to quickly react because we are a modern technology company, and we're able to make changes on the fly.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.